Welcome to Viral Lens Report, where mysteries unfold, secrets are exposed, and the stories everyone is talking about come to life. From shocking true crime cases to unbelievable real-world events, we bring you the facts, the clues, and the twists you never saw coming. Subscribe now and join thousands of viewers uncovering the truth, one story at a time. This is Viral Lens Report. Let's dive in.
One person vanishes. No warning.
No goodbye.
No clear explanation. And within hours, a family is left asking a question that investigators still can't answer. What really happened? At first, the disappearance looked like a tragic mystery. But as detectives began pulling apart the timeline, something didn't feel right. The story kept changing. The evidence wasn't matching the explanations. And the person who claimed to know the most about the victim's final moments suddenly became the center of attention. Tonight, we're breaking down a case filled with contradictions, hidden clues, suspicious behavior, and a mystery that continues to grow darker with every new discovery. Because sometimes the truth isn't found in what's said. It's found in what's left out. The case began when the victim suddenly disappeared under circumstances that immediately raised concern. Family members reported them missing after realizing something was terribly wrong. Personal belongings had been left behind. Daily routines had been interrupted. And there was no indication that the victim had planned to leave voluntarily. Almost immediately, investigators began reconstructing the victim's final known movements.
Who did they speak to?
Where were they last seen? Who was with them during their final hours? And one name quickly emerged. The last known person believed to have seen the victim alive. At first, their account appeared straightforward. A simple explanation. A timeline that seemed reasonable. But as investigators dug deeper, cracks began to appear. Small inconsistencies at first. Then larger contradictions. Statements that didn't align with physical evidence. Details that changed over time. And answers that created even more questions. Detectives know that memories can be imperfect. People make mistakes. But when key details continue shifting, investigators begin asking a different question. Is someone confused? Or is someone hiding something? As scrutiny intensified, critical evidence began to surface. Forensic findings, digital records, witness observations, pieces of information that investigators hadn't previously connected. And suddenly the entire direction of the case changed. Evidence that once appeared insignificant became crucial. Timelines were reevaluated. Alibis were tested. And investigators started looking beyond the original explanations. Meanwhile, the victim's family was growing increasingly frustrated. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Yet answers remained elusive. Loved ones began speaking publicly, demanding transparency, challenging official narratives, and urging investigators not to give up. For them, this wasn't simply an investigation. It was a fight for the truth, a fight to understand what happened to someone they loved. Then came another troubling development. Investigators reportedly uncovered activity that raised serious concerns. Actions that some experts believe could suggest deception, concealment, or attempts to mislead authorities. Whether those actions were innocent or intentional remains a matter of investigation. But they added another layer of mystery to an already complicated case. And with each new discovery, public interest exploded. As pressure mounted, law enforcement expanded search efforts. New locations were examined. Additional witnesses were interviewed. Fresh leads emerged. Search teams followed every possibility, hoping one clue would finally reveal what happened. But despite the growing effort, the mystery remained. Experts from across the legal and investigative world began weighing in. Former detectives, criminal profilers, prosecutors, forensic specialists, each examining the available evidence. Some believed investigators were getting close. Others warned that the case still lacked the definitive proof needed to bring charges. But almost everyone agreed on one thing. The unanswered questions were becoming impossible to ignore. Then came the development that stunned everyone following the case. A major breakthrough. New evidence emerged. Evidence capable of reshaping the entire investigation. Evidence that challenged previous assumptions and opened entirely new possibilities. For a moment, it seemed the truth might finally be within reach. The public reacted immediately. Speculation intensified. Theories exploded across social media, and investigators found themselves under even greater pressure to solve the mystery. Yet despite all the attention, despite the searches, despite the forensic evidence, despite the growing list of questions, the case remains unsolved.
No definitive answers.
No complete explanation, and no resolution for the families still waiting for justice. Somewhere inside the evidence, somewhere within the conflicting statements, somewhere hidden among the details investigators continue to examine, the truth exists. The question is whether authorities can uncover it before time erases the final clues. Because every unsolved case has a missing piece. One fact, one witness, one piece of evidence. And when that final piece finally appears, everything can change. Until then, the mystery remains. And the search for answers continues. What do you think happened? Was this a tragic disappearance? A carefully planned deception? Or is there a crucial clue investigators still haven't found? Share your thoughts below, and stay tuned as we continue following every development in this unfolding mystery. Because sometimes the smallest detail becomes the key that unlocks the entire case.